We're back in the workshop. Had a week off, went to trip out, had some fun, saw some cool shit, met some cool people. Back onto this. So I've kind of backed myself into the corner with this tank. I made a discovery this morning whilst working on it. Let me show you the mistake I've made. So if you've been following along, which I hope you have been, you know what's going on here. So I've got this bit in today. It's not welded in yet. It all lines up beautifully. Fitment's really good, actually. I spent ages on that. And then while I was sitting here, I saw this that I 3D printed, which I haven't shown you lot yet. And I was like, oh, fuck. This was the template. Well, it doesn't quite fit. Center hole don't fit. So this is the template for the fuel level sender. I wonder how many of you can see the problem there. So template, sender. That's got to fit in the tank. But as you can see, it sticks out. So that's problem number one. Tank ain't deep enough. But I can rectify that by mounting this at an angle. Problem number two, this has to go in this area and clear the bolt holes. There's no flat surface big enough for it. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I probably wasn't. So what I'm going to have to do, put it kind of like that, raise it off the bottom of the tank and box this section in. So yeah, not really the end of the world. So I'm going to weld this in first because that has to go there. There's nothing I can do about that. And I think it'll be easier to do this after the fact so I can make sure it clears everything. Because I do want to use that factory sender. So yeah, that was my revelation. Hadn't been in the workshop for a week, not properly anyway. And then yeah, that hit me this morning. So I just spent 10 minutes staring at it, working it out. I think I'm just gonna have to weld this in. Let me tack, yeah, if I tack this in, then I can line up the filler, which I've kind of lined up already. That's a Cleco clamped in place. So yeah, let's take this out, let's clean this up, let's tack this in, and then look at what we got to do. This bit's easy. Well, I say easy. It's not easy, but I kind of know what I want to do with that. Yeah, this has thrown me for a loop. Unless I cut the PCB down, make the PCB shorter, solder the ends up. No, can't cut it down. There's components there. Right, so I can't modify that. This is it, kids. This is building shit. This is building shit on the fly where you got to shoot content and show people what you're doing. Mistakes. They're not mistakes. They're problems to overcome. Problems for future cause. All right. Let me take all that apart, clean that up, tack that in. If you don't want to watch any more of this tank, there's a button here or here. I don't know where YouTube put it anymore. You can jump ahead to a bit more frame mock-up. Audio Jungle. That'll do. That's going to get, not sealed, but I'm going to use some, what's it called? That Pro XL rust treatment stuff. So I'm going to do the tank upside down, tank right way up. So yeah, I'm going to stop putting this off. Audio Jungle. Right, that's in. That lines up. So I'm going to start with these 2 points here and here, and then I can manipulate everything round. I'm going to need to, once this end's tacked in, I'm going to need to give this a little tap, but I don't want to tap it now. And look, you can't even see it. Up in this corner, once I've got a little weld here and here, I'm going to tap this down because this radius matches, but I don't want to adjust it now and lose it here. And then I have got the piece that goes in just there. And then that needs some trimming off so it can line up. But I'm going to have to create like a little flat bottom sump here just so I can clear the fuel rail. But I will be cutting a bit more of this out. I haven't taken the stubby off. I really like it. I like it. Look how little it is. Do you know what? I don't have a clamp that's going to work. Just need to hold it in there. But I'm going to need both hands free. So what can I put? Oh, I got an idea. Good old bit of painter's tape. Okay, just going to work my way around now, I guess. Oh no, yeah, they will come out. I just had a thought, are these clamps stuck forever now? Let that cool down a bit so I can get my hand in there. Stop moving things around. In fact, just get rid of these clamps. Will they twist out? Or are they stuck forever? They are stuck forever. Just like that, they come apart. Things are great, and you can put them back together and take them apart without them worrying about them flying across the room. Do you know what? I don't actually need to tweak anything. I'm well happy with that. Weld some more of that in. Don't want to warp it so it's going to be tiny, tiny, tiny. I remember when I first, wanted to start TIG welding, I had this deluded idea in my head that stuff didn't warp. Yeah, stupid me. So tight, I will use every last bit. Great. I'm not bringing this side up, just a tiny bit. Or am I just being fussy? No, that's good. Let's get some more filler. Oh, you bitch. No ground. Ah, got me. I had it on the painted side of the tank. Gave myself a nice little shock. That's not fun. Let's go again. Thin bit there. Blown a little tiny baby hole. Oh, now I've stuck. Fuck. As you can see, welded, tacked. No more of that on camera. Welding that in whatever, it's boring. But I've worked something out. So, that plate, that base bit I've just welded in is kind of a non-negotiable for the build. I need some way to get fuel in and out, or fuel out of the tank. But the the pump assembly I've built might have been a waste of time. Might have been. I've just I was Googling the wrong type of fuel regulator. I should have known this. Yeah, someone pointed it out the other day. Just we were chatting about something completely different, and a kind of light bulb went off. I was like, what about that? So I'm going to leave that as it is now. I mean, that had to be done. So I haven't wasted any time. But what I'm going to work on now is getting that tank to sit right on the frame, work out what I'm going to cut away, before I button the rest of it up. I'm not even going to bother show you like that. It's me cutting bits of metal, making templates and welding it together. It's fucking boring. I'm trying to get a bigger following and no one wants to see that shit every week. So now we're going to move on to that on the frame, cutting bits off of the frame to get the tank sitting where I want it. And I believe I have a steel delivery coming today. Whether or not it will be here in time for me to do anything with is another story. But I should do some more design stuff before I get that far. So let's get this on the frame and work out what we're going to remove from the frame to get this sitting at the right angle. So Let's get this in focus. So that's how the tank sits now. This is the area I need to address. At the moment, I'm happy with its position. I'm happy with its angle. It's as flat as I'm going to get the top. The back of the bike is up in the air. Like, as you can see back here, the bike has got to be a solid 3 inches up in the air. So when that back end drops out, this will flatten out more and it will kind of give the more rake visually more rake. This is the area I need to address. What I'm doing with a subframe. So originally I was going to keep this and change this, but fuck it, I'm cutting it all out. It's all going bye-bye. This stays because there's no point me rebuilding the suspension stuff. It comes under the same analogy as fitting a cold air feed to a modern car. Do you really think an open filter on a modern car is going to make a difference versus all the R&D gone into an airbox? Similar with this. I don't know enough about suspension geometry. Well, that's a lie. Like, I don't know. Nah. I don't want to fuck with the setup of this bike because they ride really fucking well. So that's staying. But this, all of this is going bye-bye. Now, I can kind of cheat in this area here. So rather than trying to make this fit the existing frame, I can add to the frame. So this has to be cut away. But what I'm waiting for is some tube to turn up. In fact, let me see if I've got any tube, just so I can show you what I'm thinking. I think that's 1 inch. Let me measure it. Right, so this is 3/4 inch. The plan is to bring something that comes up and round like that. Like, I want you sitting in the bike. Like, yeah. So that'll all get cut away, cleaned up, whatever. But I need to work out my angles. Get something in there like that. So it follows, so the frame almost splits off into like kind of, I guess kind of like a baby trellis. I could maybe add something. I don't know. So I can't go any further with that until this steel turns up. So as you can see from here, the tank sits wicked up until this point and then starts to curve in. I want to bring some steel round off the original frame to follow this line here. Now, I could... no, I'm limited by that sump area. That starts to hit the fuel rail, so I can't come further forward. I could come higher up. Oh, that might work. Let me get some blocks. Right, now that sits too high, but it also... Yeah, that sits too high up there. Is it still in the middle? Right, getting that to sit in the middle is going to be... Walking around the bike, talking off camera. Yeah. Now, does that sit too high? Because that... So this I can't move this. But there's nothing stopping me doing something like that and then coming off from this line. Like, that could work. That also gives me a bit more room. Oh yeah, that gives me perfect clearance. Oh. Yeah, that does. Just that little move makes my life so much easier. It's this seam here, but I mean, I could always, so much more work, get rid of the seam. Ah, how does it look like from the front? No, that's well off centre. It's about there. Yeah, there. Why isn't that? What in the fucking... Yeah. Options. This is what makes this stuff so hard. If I had a team of people to check me. Yeah. Do I just start cutting away more of the bike? Do I do that? What to do, what to do, what to do. Why do I do this to myself? An infill panel? But now that feels like cheating. I don't want to make my life easy, because if it was easy, everyone would do it. Maybe what I should do is make the front mounting bracket. So if I make up the front bracket, it's got I'll use the original bolt holes underneath the tank, and that's bang in the centre of the frame. So maybe I should do that, because then at least it's bolted in its final place at one end. All right, talking to myself seems to have got me an answer, maybe. Right, I'll be right back. Let me make a bracket. So that's the front factory mounting point, which I want to keep, because what I've managed to do, this angle here matches up with the curve in the front of the tank, and that's where the tank's going to sit, like on that line there. So that's point number one. The other 2 points. Essentially, I need to make a triangle. Let's take some measurements. And I think I've got the original bracket. In fact, let me find the original bracket. Right, so there's the original bracket. I haven't cut it in half, but maybe I should. And it's aluminium. Should I just cut it in half for now? And then turn it into a triangle? Or cut this in half so I've got the 2 mounting points. Chop up another bit of aluminium that mounts to the frame. And then come up with something nicer once I've got the geometries right. Let's do that. And it's now 2 pieces. Right, so obviously I'm going to remake all of this, but at the moment I just need a way to have the tank sitting kind of where it's got to sit. So I know where this is. As long as I mark, let's go centre of that one. Oh, that moved. Is it in the middle? Yeah, it's in the middle. Let's go as close to centre. Again, it's never going to be bang on yet. I like visualization. So yeah, let's drill that up. It's going to be a nightmare to bolt to because it's touching the fucking frame. Should I just weld those brackets to that bracket? Might as well, because I'm going to remake it all anyway. That looks pretty good. All right, from the back as well. Let's do that. Let's do that. Right, so kind of happy with that. Like, yeah. So now I know what I need to do with a bracket. I know the angle the tank's going to sit at. Let's go. That looks great. I like the gap. I don't know why I'm obsessed with this gap at the front. Right. So it's been a couple of hours and something on the lens, more things on the lens. So yeah, it's been a few hours and no metals turned up. So I kind of have to leave it there for this week. Once the steel turns up, I'll start doing some cutting and bending. I need to make myself a cheater bar. A cheater bar? A cheater. I'll explain what that is next week. Most of you probably know what it is. Just so I can match all the angles moving forward. So again, guys, thanks for watching. Pump those numbers. Go back and watch all my shit. Just open another window, hit a playlist, press play and mute it. Just let it go all the way through. Some weeks the algorithm likes me, other weeks it don't. Probably because some weeks I can be bothered and other weeks I can't. So yeah, have a great week and I'll catch you guys next week. And I promise I'm not going to make any of you lot watch any more episodes on me welding up that fucking fuel tank. Peace.
Like, hey, bark, bark.